Farmers' protest, day 4 of the agitation. Deadlock, of course, continues between the government and farmers. Today, you saw across Delhi's borders, these farmers gathering in large numbers. They didn't try to attempt to enter into the city, so there was no traffic nightmare in many parts of the national capital region. But having said that, there were many towns that were affected by the Chakka Jam call. There's also, of course, the Haryana government that made the big claim that there's an attempt by farmers armed with weapons to attempt to enter into Delhi to Gherav Parliament. All the details in our next report.
Day 4 of the Kisan Morcha 2.0. Protesters at Shambu border pounded by tear gas again.
Constant announcement post that is being made by the farmer leaders to ensure that calmness prevails, and especially the youngsters involved in the protest, they do not take any reckless action that will malign their protest. That is the announcement that is currently taking place after tear gas shellings happened at the Shambu border.
The Haryana government submitted an affidavit to the Punjab and Haryana High Court, labelling the farm protests as unauthorized and a security threat. In its submission, the state government asserted that farmers armed with weapons and modified tractors intend to gherav the national parliament. However, stakeholders from all sides, farm leaders, representatives from the central and Punjab governments regarded their third round of talks as constructive.
अभी हमने सारे पक्ष को और सारे पॉइंट्स को सुना है, उसको गंभीरता से लिया है और अभी हम ये कहे हैं कि हम इन सारे पक्षों पर आपकी जितने भी बातें हैं उस पर ध्यान में रखते हुए वार्ता को जारी रखेंगे और समाधान का रास्ता ढूंढेंगे.
3 union ministers represented the central government in the recent meeting, which concluded in the early hours of Friday. The farmer leadership insists on a legal guarantee for minimum support prices of crops and remains optimistic about finding a solution.
हल निकले, टकराव से बचा जाए, अन्यथा हमारा दिल्ली जाने का कार्यक्रम अपनी जगह है. तो उसके बारे में हम अपने साथियों से जो आज चर्चा हुई है सरकार से विचार विमर्श भी करेंगे और पंजाब ने कहा भी हम ट्विटर अकाउंट या आपके पेज भी खोलेंगे.
Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann criticized the Haryana police's actions against protesters and the internet shutdown in districts near Shambu, yet remained hopeful for a peaceful resolution through dialogue.
ਹੁਣ ਅਗਲੇ ਮੀਟਿੰਗ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਐਤਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਫੀ ਵਿਸ਼ਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀ ਸਹਿਮਤੀ ਬਣੀ ਹੈ. ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਹਜੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਬਣੂਗੀ.
A significant obstacle remains the demand for legally backed MSP for farm produce, not limited to wheat and rice from Haryana and Punjab, but encompassing a wide array of crops from across the nation. Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's take in Shreya Chatterjee's input right now. She's joining us live from the Shambu border to get us the latest of what's the situation there. Shreya, take it away. What have you seen today? 4th day of protests. Have things calmed down or, are farmers still there in huge numbers?
Well, farmers, Akshita, are still there in huge numbers. I want to point you out the number of tractor movement that you will see. I'll ask cameraman Ravikant Totawar to show you the number of tractor movements that are currently here at the Shambu border in large numbers. We are also learning that there are 3 sit-in protests that are also happening in Haryana after the kind of mobilization that BKU also did. So clearly the movement is on. The only thing is that they are waiting for their leaders to come and give them the final call on when to march forward to the national capital. So till Sunday there's a ceasefire that is on, but I'll still point out, Akshita, that there are certain youth who are participating in this agitation, who are still trying to challenge the Haryana police, and that is the main reason we saw ceasefire also taking place from the Haryana police's side today, but that was only at one interval. Post that, there is a calm that prevails here at the Shambu border. All these people who've gathered here, they are waiting for the final call that is post the meeting on Sunday on when will they march forward to the national capital.
Okay, so there is a meeting on Sunday. Hopefully, the deadlock will end come Sunday. If not, you're going to see this protest only escalate further. Thanks very much, Shreya, for joining us with all of those details. Several borders of the National Capital Region look exactly like what Shreya has just shown us, with massive security, cement barricades put in place to ensure that farmers cannot make their way into the national capital. Let's run you through our next report as well, which is on what's happening